All right. Welcome into another episode of the Spiritual Healing Series. Today, we're going to talk about messengers and healing from that trauma of confusion, or if not confusion, the spirit of non-acceptance or non-negotiability. Ooh, that's a big word. That the messengers give. So first off, let's just say this. How many readings do you watch that actually provoke? Better yet, how many messages do you get in the so-called online spiritual community that actually provoke you to do better rather than just feeding your ego or giving you like a baby pat? Now, this is not going to be for everyone because not everyone takes their healing journey serious. Because unfortunately, not a lot of people take their life or their time on this earth serious. Which is a terrifying topic that we will dive into at some other point. Because right now, it's not the time. It is the time. Time is always now. I just am not going to delve into it at this moment. Okay, we'll fix it. Anywho, you'll have some messages be like, hey, you're so hard on yourself, do this, do that, you know, be easier on yourself, all this stuff to put you back into an energy of lax. Or you'll have messengers say, oh, you know, so-and-so's getting caught, they did this to you, blah, 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 that's cool. But what messages are actually saying, hey, this is what you are doing to allow you to heal, to allow you to move forward actually, to leave the past behind, to see the cycle that you're trying to break? How can you be a cycle or chain breaker if you're still wrapped up in those same chains or in those same loops? Then I remember back in 2019, I was going to make an album called The Vines That Turned Back Time. And it was going to be an 18 song album, all based around one theme: a grandfather clock being in the middle of a garden with vines that would wrap around it, and those vines were literally turning back the hands of time, and that would have killed the grandfather clock, reverted the garden back to nothing, and the vines would have overtook. So that album was a very spiritual album that I made on my healing journey. It showcased and brought forth a lot of deep-rooted, unhealed at the time, or unpoked at the time, feelings and events in my life that I could not transcribe into words. This album represented the healing community, or the people around you that aren't saying what you're doing, but rather backing you up and allowing you to fall. That album is probably never going to come out for many reasons. But that is to bring us back to the point of those vines representing the hands of the people, the messengers, the life givers, the sometimes beautiful but yet overgrowing aspects that are pulling people back in time. They're pulling people back to a time in the past where they wish to move forward from, but without any true direction to move forward. And that's the scary part. A lot of people feel like they have healed all the way, which is ego. You are not healed all the way. That is something we all have to come to acceptance of, because if you were healed all the way, why are you here? In this time now, not talking about this video, not talking about where you're sitting at, I'm talking about why are you? Why is your spirit here, or your soul here, depending on what you have? Why? Oh, I'm here to witness. What? What are you here to witness? That would be healing you. You would only need to witness something to get a new perspective of. Maybe you're here because you had FOMO of all the things you couldn't do. So you're here witnessing and observing them. Some people could even be on a jury trial right now, being like, damn, I have to observe all this. And do what? Absolve some form of absolence into life they were living before they incarnated. So I ask you this. Why would a messenger only tell messages of one aspect? There's a lot of reasons. They would only give readings on one aspect of your life without branching out any further because they themselves are stuck in a loop. That, or they're mentally deficient in giving messages. If you can only do one thing, you're not that smart. If all you can do is pick up on the karmic past or the lessons from the past without the actual answer or solution of the past, you just pick up on that one aspect, you're not very tapped in. In fact, you're pretty tapped out, and you should put away your cards and meditate and do better. This does not mean that every message has to be different, but if the majority of what you put out receives no backlash and is accepted by many, would you not say that that's wrong? If you are liked by everyone on earth, you're not doing anything progressive. You're either degressing or you're keeping things neutral. Both which are not aspects that I, or those that would resonate with, quotes around resonate with these types of messages or with the message that I give. It's not really what we're wanting. The ones that are really wanting to leave this planet are the ones trying their best to heal so they can leave. Helping others out in ways that they don't expect so that they can see and leave as well. And it's important to see this. It's important to know this because a lot of the readers, a lot of the messages that a lot of people get do not actually help. They entertain. They only show the humor of it, but the humor is that you're still not moving even though you hear these things. To say you are an angel, but to not move forward because you know God has your back, is a paradigm that a lot of people are stuck in. A paradigm that never gets solved because you go back and root with the devil. So, fix yourself. Do meditations on your chakras. Do meditations on your body. Fix whatever you need to fix to leave that past behind. You don't resonate with a lot of those readings. In fact, there's an aspect of you that speaks louder than any of them saying, why am I still getting this? I don't want to hear about this. I want to hear about other things. But you can't. And it has a lot to do with the majority of the spiritual community. Now, I'm going to throw you a bone. I'm going to give you an answer, a key to solve this. But how many people are going to be brave enough to follow this key? Only the ones not searching for actual finances on money, the ones that are truly reaching out to seek souls and allow Allah or God or Anu or Elyon El or El Shadi or whoever you want to say take care of you. Why not talk about your healing journey so that people know what it's like to be on the healing journey, so they can see that they will leave, rather than bombarding them with the same garbage day in, day out. That goes out to everyone. New readers, veteran readers, people that are thinking about starting up a channel for healing but don't know how. You do not need a college degree to talk about your own personal journey on how you've stood up. You don't need a college degree to use your voice in a beneficial way. So my question is, why are more people in the so-called spiritual community, not giving true messages of healing. Everything's about manifesting money, which is part of the devil's scheme. Everything's about your ex did this, your ex did that, which is part of the devil's scheme to keep you preoccupied with media. What is media? Media is a medium of entertainment that excites you visually and audibly. So why are you not exciting others visibly and audibly to heal? And I speak on behalf of a lot of readers who are tired of picking up on the bullshit. Why do you think I made that deck? That no longer just resonates with those shitty messages that you would only pick up because you're tapping into a unhealed group of people that fall under the name of the collective, right? So why would you trust that the unhealed aspect of the so-called collective would be able to produce such grandeur messages of healing and forward pushing when they are calling out to you, the messenger, to receive those messages? When are you going to take your job serious? Or when are you going to see the jinn around you? This has only led to a lot of people's downfall. Now, it has also helped, but it's a situational thing, or a circumstantial thing, I should say, where one person's mentality or the way that they digest information and outformation, the way that they would digest that and then process it would also determine. Yes, there are times when you hear a reading that save your life, whether that is you saving your life by getting it on the right track or saving your life by removing someone that was getting ready to throw it away for you. And you listen to it and you digest the information and you've seen it and you left. Congratulations. You saved yourself. Now sit and think on that process. Remove the external reader who only did what they had to do, which was give a message. I'm not saying either that all these readers need to stop doing what they're doing. I'm just saying we need a balance within the online tarot community, the online spiritual community. No more of the woo-woo shit. No more of the he said, she said bullshit. A one-on-one, you to me, is what everyone wants so that they can be heard or they can know what to do. And I've done my best to give people that on this channel. And I know and I see the progress within people. It's hard, it's rough, but it is also possible. And if you are truly working for the same Father that created me, then you would have no issue with this. But people like to hold on to anger and rage. They want to have a reason to feel these degrading feelings. Same thing as alcohol. Oh, I need to have people around me to alcohol, or I need to be sad to drink alcohol. You need something to poison you. But you shouldn't need anything to poison you, for you shouldn't poison yourself at all. You need something to help you heal, but you shouldn't need something to help you heal if you weren't poisoning yourself, your mind, your body, your soul, whatever aspect you want to say. So you have to take it upon yourself as a messenger, or as someone listening to the message of the messenger, to really see who you are. Where do you lay? And where are you laying? Are you laying in a field of thorns, being pricked, and then going numb from the blood loss, from the loss of life that you have? Or are you laying in a field of flowers, of clouds, of whatever you want to put that field in that keeps you calm so that you can move forward? These keys, that I openly give so many people come from one God, and that God's name is Sokar Ta Ursir. Not many people know of Sokar, let alone Sokar Ta, or Sokar Ursir, or Sokar Ta Ursir. But I have had many encounters with them. A lot of people get me confused with Anubis, and at one point in my life, I thought it was mainly Anubis, but Sukar, or Sukar, is truly the one who opens up that door. The mysteries of Usir, of having the Osiris happen, the Osirian event, the resurrection. And that's something that a lot of people are wanting. How do I stand back up? How do I resurrect myself? No one has yet on this site given any keys to that. And I'm not afraid to tell you who gave me those keys, who I've faced. Going through the Amduat, going through the 4th and 5th doors, and seeking those mysteries myself. I come back sunburnt. I come back wielding not a serpent, but a serpent with wings. Things that you would know as seraphim, to guide you across these barren lands, back to life. Yet it's rejected, which is fine. That's not an issue. But it needs to be known that people put this information behind a paywall. The paywall that is so big and ginormous that it excites your senses and thinks that it's going to get you somewhere. When really all you have to do is listen. Each message is going to come out differently. Some more stern than others. It all depends on how much it's been pushed on the collective. I'm just a tool. And sometimes you have to swing the hammer a little bit harder to get the nail through the board. Sometimes you just have to tap it a few times. But regardless, how many messengers are actually going to step to this new plate that I hold open? You know, I have the healing classes. We don't really go into deep depths. We stay on the on the basic level, because not everyone can just jump in, you know? But when it comes down to these videos, I would like for it to be as vast and as shallow as it needs. Simply because the steps that you will take will come along the path itself, rather than being in a group or being in a area of self-reflection where you could just simply self-reflect in your own area rather than worrying about your perimeter. You see what I mean? Am I in agreeable sense with you all? Can we all come to this term of seeing these things? I know we can. So why aren't more stepping up to that plate? And I've had conversations with people who are stepping to that plate. And I commend you, and my hats go off to you. I promend you, I should say. And my hat goes off to you. I will bow in your presence and say thank you. I wish you the best on that journey. But why are you not going to inspire yourself to show those who are also hurt around you to help them? It doesn't have to be online. It can simply be in day-to-day life. But just know that this world needs more love than you need love. Because this world is not going to sustain without it. And it has nothing to do with this wah-wah bullshit. This world does not have love. This world has conditional events that can sometimes produce a feeling of love, but mainly lust. And it sickens me. So I'm going to ask, in this, at least, in this healing video, that's more of a questionnaire to get you to think about what's going on and give you a bit of information of where my information comes from and how I obtained it. And no, I'm not giving you the passwords to those doors. I'm not giving the password to anyone. You gotta figure that out your own. Okay? You gotta take that walk. Alright? It's not gonna be fun, but you'll figure it. You'll get the passwords. There's only one correct password. So anyway. But I'm opening up that door for anyone that wishes to do that. That doesn't mean to message me and be like, how do I do it? This is the door opening for you to take hold of that door and open it the way that you desire. If you're already a reader, throw in readings where you speak. I'm a man. I'm a guy. My messages are going to come out a bit rash and crisp. Men were second to speak. Women was first. Men were first to draw and make music. Excuse me. And to make rhythm. Women learn from them. Men learned how to speak from women. So, of course, my messages are going to come out rough a lot because I'm in masculine energy. So we need more of the actual feminines who, even if are afraid, can still stand and speak so that they can push these lost individuals forward. Because I've heard the screams in hell from these people. The insanity that they go through. Not pain, but insanity. And I don't want anyone to go through that. I don't desire anyone to go through that. Everyone on this earth is innocent, including you. So make today a clean slate for you to erase all of that. So you're not in debt with yourself. You're not in debt with your heart, with your mind. So you can truly let go of things. Everyone is innocent. And if you cannot agree to that, then go away till you can. Because everyone's innocent. Everyone does something for their own good sake. It is not for us to judge whether someone's innocent or guilty. Because if you're going to say someone's guilty, you are guilty as well. That's something you have to understand. Something you have to overstand. You know. Pointing your finger at people points 3 fingers at you. But if you're talking directly to someone, or talking directly about someone, there's no fingers at you. But you have to take responsibility for what you say, how you say it, for that action still comes from you. But I just wanted to fill this in, give this little spiel. Thank you all so much for everything. If you want to be part of the healing classes or the tarot classes, email me and we will set you up. Regardless, I love each and every one of you. Peace in the Lamb. It is truly wonderful.